This is Brian, and welcome to this commentary playthrough of Tecmo Super Bowl. Yeah, I don't know, it's not so much of a playthrough, but I am planning on just doing a full season here. This game came out in 1991, as you can see, and even though I haven't played any sports games on the channel here yet, I generally like to just do a game that I can play through and completely beat it. Can't exactly do that here, but I think just going through a full season and trying to win the Super Bowl will be good enough. Yeah, I don't know if it shows every team here. I'm not going to go through that, but I'll just talk a little bit before we get into the intro here and get into it. So I'm not sure, I don't remember exactly how long the games take, but I know I'm not going to be able to do it in like one session or something. This should be a little bit of a lengthy series, because I'm hoping I can get through maybe 2 games in a half hour maybe. And if it's faster than that, that's fine too, but I believe there was also another game by Tecmo Bowl, which was earlier than this one, but this is the better version. From what I remember, I played this quite a bit as a kid, and I think it's regarded as one of the better NES games, period, let alone sports games. So if you haven't been watching stuff on my channel before, welcome, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. And if you have been watching stuff, I appreciate that too. And if you wouldn't mind, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. Or you can wait and pass judgment and see how I do and hit it afterwards. But okay, so we can do the Pro Bowl, we can do preseason, or just season game. I'm not going to worry about the Pro Bowl and the preseason, I don't think. You can check out the team data, so you can see. Well, you can check out the All-Stars for each AFC and NFC. And then you can check out which players are on what teams. I've normally gone with like the Raiders or the 49ers or the Cowboys. Those were the teams that were probably some of the best at this point. Giants were also pretty good, I think. Some of the worst ones, I believe, would have been like New England, Indianapolis, maybe Cleveland. I think Green Bay was actually pretty bad. This was way back in the day before they even got Brett Favre. 49ers in this one, I would believe, would have Joe Montana and Steve Young. So, I mean, not that Steve Young would be that great necessarily here yet, but you have, a great lineup there. That's one of the reasons I kind of usually go with them. Plus, they were kind of my favorite team growing up. Giants, you have Phil Simms, Otis Anderson. Yeah, so just another great lineup. What I'm going to try to do for this playthrough is I'm going to pick a team that's generally not that good and just see how I can do getting through the game. I think even Cincinnati was pretty good in this one. Yeah, Boomer Esiason, Mickey Woods, Tim McGee, and Buffalo was really good with. Yeah, also take note here. I don't know if it was because of payments or licensing rights, but some players will actually not have their names in here. So I think that should have been Jim Kelly, but it's just QB Bills. But they got Thurman Thomas in there, Andre Reed, Don Beebe. And I think the most broken player in the game is probably Bo Jackson for the Raiders here, because he's really fast. So, and they also have Marcus Allen as just a backup in this one. So that's a great team as far as offense goes too. All right, if we go into season, we have team control. You can actually set it so that computer controls them, you skip their games, which basically means if I set it on computer, that means I would watch their games even though I'm not controlling it. I generally didn't ever do too much of that. think we are going to go with the Colts. And note, you can also control more than one team if you want, but then it'll cause a problem for a one-player game if you get to the point where you're going to have to face each other. But it worked well if you were playing with two players. Then you could go through a season kind of co-op and watch each other. So just a fun game overall. And if we just go to game start, it'll automatically just skip to my first game. I'm going to be playing, let's see, where's Indiana? New England. Okay. I think they're supposed to be pretty bad too, so that probably won't be too bad for me. Anyway, let's get into it. And it'll show the scoreboard like that for each game, so you'll kind of see how things are going. And you'll see the stats at the end if you want, but you can just skip past it pretty quickly. I think you might also be able to just simulate it up to the point where your game starts. But they also do give you injury updates like that. So yes, Jim Everett is out. Rams beat the Cardinals. Blair Thomas. Don't recognize that name. But I'm not that much of a Jets or Tampa Bay guy. That was a Jets player, obviously. But let me check. Yeah, okay. So if we just do auto skip, I believe that will get me to the point where it just goes straight to my game if I go to game start. Yeah, sorry, I don't know. I kind of find it interesting to watch the box scores and check out the stats at the end of each game, but it also would take quite a while. I think it could get pretty boring going through here. So here we go. I would usually pick to take the ball first. If I get the option, at least. And real life football, would I do that? Probably, I don't know. Not necessarily, but... Ooh, we're fighting them off. That's actually not a bad return. Hard to avoid them sometimes. And yeah, the picking the plays in this one, if you're not familiar, you just have to pick the buttons corresponding with the lit up ones there. So that'll be run plays on the top and pass plays on the bottom. And the run plays are all one button and the pass plays are all the other button. And then just the directional pad for which one you want to do. The pass plays that have the dotted line back to the quarterback, I believe those are shotgun plays. And for the defense, you just want to try to pick the right play. And if you pick the right play that your opponent's running, it'll be an auto blitz. Like that. Okay. Not a good start. Yeah, that was a horrible pass. Had the guy open. Okay. Time to punt. Yeah, this is not going to be an easy season, I don't believe. And just try to get the meter as full as you can. A pretty long punt. If we can stop him. Yep. Not too bad. Alright, so yeah, now it shows their playbook, and I just got to try to pick the one I think they're going to go with. I generally try to go for the run plays because I think I can defend the pass better anyway. And if we can stop him from getting a good run, A good start. Yeah. See. What I generally try to do is I'm going to control the center. And I'm just going to try to shoot the gap. You can, yeah, stop them pretty easily a lot of times that way. I don't know if it even really depends on, or matters how good your defensive player is. So in some senses, I suppose it's kind of broken if you can pull that off consistently. Still doesn't mean you're going to win, though. Alright, there's a good run. Also on the running, yeah, if you get in the open, if you have enough room, you can basically get the pattern where you just go diagonally, zigzagging down the field, and you can pretty much keep ahead of them. For most players that way. Especially if you got Bo Jackson. Yeah, we caught it. Wasn't the cleanest. Because he was covered pretty well. Alright, that should be good, yeah. Ivy Joe Hunter. The extra point, I believe it just has a cursor come in the middle and you gotta kind of just try to get it between the hash marks as close as you can to make it. I don't believe there are touchbacks in the game. I think they're always going to bring it out. So you don't have to worry about that. Oh, yeah. Harvey Armstrong is going to be my man, I think. And first quarter's over. Uh-oh, fumble. Yeah, I didn't have very many people over there, too, so... Yeah. It was looking like a good run, too. Oh well, the defense has been lights out so far. God, if I can keep pulling that up, I might have to do something a little different just to make it more interesting. Okay. Well, I didn't get the tackle, but kind of plugged up the hole. Yeah, I think I played this game before I played the original Tecmo Bowl. And this would have been the second ever video football game I played, I believe. Because I also had, I didn't go the right way for the hole, but ended up getting a few yards out of it. Uh-oh. An injury, though. Albert Bentley. It's my running back, he's out. And they don't really tell you what the injury is. You just have to wait until they announce that he's recovered. But yeah, you do have a couple of backups. Anyway, I was saying that, yeah, I did play a football game for the Atari 2600, or 2600, I think it was, where you just basically had a team of like 7 guys, and they were stick figures, and you threw a dot. Yeah, that was pretty entertaining, or something like that. Yeah, it was supposed to go up the middle, but it was way too clogged up. if you get it close to the edge where you almost miss it, it'll show you a top-down view, and it might clank off the uprights and then go either in or out. Like, I don't know if you can get it so bad to the point that it completely misses on the outside, but I suppose you can. I just don't recall. Yeah, we only have a minute and a half left till halftime, so they are starting to call timeouts. Probably just give me another chance to get the ball back. Oh. Didn't quite get there in time, but they didn't really get much, if anything. Yeah, I don't really get that, why they would call a timeout and then punt it, but hey, if they want to, go ahead. Unless it was a fake, I suppose they could try that. Alright, probably the last play here. Nope, blocked it. And yeah, they give you a little bit of a halftime show. Cheerleader winking at you and the band on the field. High quality stuff. Hey, it was pretty innovative back in the day, I tell you what. Kind of why I keep picking run plays generally, because that tends to be more of my weakness than the pass play, because I can generally just get the quarterback. Yeah, these weren't quite the Patriots of the past 20 years. A little bit before that time. Try a run up the middle. Uh-oh. That went out of bounds. Yeah, I guess I could get a little bit better at telling you what play I'm going to pick here. Well, kind of let you know where it's going. I'm going to do... the left button pass. Oh, I kind of walked into that. I could have stayed up a little higher. I think he would have been able to keep running. We're going to do the up run now for Johnson. And when I say the direction, up, left, or right, I'm just talking about the control pad direction. Bring out the chains. First down. Let's do right pass. That wasn't actually the one I wanted to go to. I was trying to hit the button to cycle through, and I thought I was going farther than I had there. Oh well. Let's do left pass. Gonna try to get one of my backs to the pass here. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he overthrew it so far though. Try and run it. I'll do the right run for Johnson. Oh, they picked that one. Looks like it's time to go for a field goal. And we are on the top hash mark, so I think I want to try to... I think if I get it in the middle, I'm still fine. Yeah, it might miss. Oh, nope, got it. Don Biasucci. Ooh, a full meter there. Yeah. I try not to risk it too often to get it full power, because otherwise, if you miss it, then it's just going to be a really weak kick. Two safeties for Harvey Armstrong. Let's do the left run up the middle with Hunter. Wasn't Hunter the one that got injured? So I guess he just came back already. Thought they announced it. Maybe if it's not in the same game. We're going to go down pass. I'm going to try to hit the route coming across the middle, I think. Unless somebody else is clearly obvious or clearly open. Like the guy up top there. Either one of the ones up top. Bill Brooks. And I think the kick return, yeah, that'll take it down to the end of the quarter, so we're on to the fourth quarter. As soon as I get this guy. Or let him get a return. Bit of an unorthodox way to get to 28 points. Got a little bit of a late hit on the quarterback, but they don't call those penalties. With all the sacks, they're probably still in negative yardage overall. Oh. We got it. Yeah, otherwise they were on the verge of mounting a fourth quarter comeback there, it seemed like. I'm going to go right run. Johnson. Yeah, I kind of hesitated. Up pass. Man, they don't cover him very well. Yeah, and one thing, the defenders will run much faster than you usually, so they will catch up to you eventually. That's why you gotta start doing that zigzag thing sometimes. And yeah, if they get close enough, it'll look like they're getting attempted block. Sometimes they will. Forced fumble. I don't think they count that stat, though. What? They might. I'll have to look. Hey, somebody else got a safety. Sam Clancy. And they're going for the onside kick. No cigar. Let's just run it up the middle with Hunter. And start winding that clock down. Up run with Johnson. Why would you call timeouts in this situation? You're getting blown out already. We'll do the down button run with Johnson. The draw play. Yeah, the only thing is sometimes it does take them so long to do the handoff there. Go up the middle with Hunter again. Left button run. I think, I was gonna say, I think I'm gonna get in. Not quite. The right button run with Johnson. And they didn't call a timeout now, so the clock is still running. But I guess it doesn't once I get here. Can't get a delay a game though either. There's that. Okay. I hope we don't get any more points, kind of, almost. The bloodbath has gone on long enough. I will take another sack, though. And I guess if I get a safety, so be it. That was more so the quarterback's fault. He kind of ran into my guy. Hey, and I blitzed the play, so we got another safety. Wow. Alright, so... Ivy Joe Hunter had 5 runs for 53 yards for my leader there. Only 45% completion for Jeff George, but he got 189 yards. And yeah, 4 receptions for 171 for Bill Brooks. So let's go ahead and, well, actually... let's just auto skip this week 1. Because I think that'll just finish off the rest of week 1 games here. And then we'll take a look at standings and some statistics and stuff. And considering that I took a long while getting started and talking about stuff here, I think this will be the only game we get done today. Otherwise, normally, I think I'm going through them fast enough that I'll try to see if I can get 2 done a day. And I'm also not going to be that up. I'm not going to worry too much. Like, if we're at the point where I'm at like third quarter or the end of at halftime in a game, I might just go ahead and call it and hold off. Leave you on a bit of a cliffhanger. Let's check the standings. We are in the AFC East, so yeah. Dolphins won a close game against the Bills, it looks like. Not too much to really be able to tell yet. And nobody's clinched a playoff berth, obviously, yet. But they do give you the brackets for that here. And they do give you NFL and AFC, NFC for different statistics here. Marino, yeah. Dan Marino is pretty good. Boomer Esiason, Jim Kelly. Quarterback Eagles. Who would have that been at this point? Randall Cunningham, I think. Walsh, Testaverde, Warren Moon, Phil Simms. Yeah, so Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh? Now the coach for the Chargers. And John Elway, Troy Aikman. I guess I'm more interested in my defensive statistics. That's probably what I'm going to lead in here. Wow. Reggie White got 4 for the Eagles. And Fletcher got 4 for Denver. But my 8 isn't that ridiculous. It is double, but still. They don't keep track of forced fumbles, it doesn't look like. I think probably in the Super Nintendo one that came out after this, Tecmo Super Bowl for that, they probably did in there. So next on the schedule, we're going to have Miami. Well, I guess that'll put one of us on top of the division. I'm not foreseeing any difficulty considering how the first game went. I mean, it's not like there's any difficulty settings you can change, I don't think. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm probably going to get through this season pretty easily, it looks like. But we'll see how many stats we can rack up and hopefully keep you entertained. We're going to go ahead and call it there for today. So we'll pick up here next time and go ahead and beat the Dolphins, hopefully, and go from there. Anyway, thanks for watching. And if you've been enjoying the content so far, please like, comment, and subscribe or follow. And we'll catch you next time.